3 p.m. Kicking off Manchester City's clash with Bournemouth, probably the standout there. And then Newcastle against Arsenal is also an exciting one to look forward to. 2 matches on Sunday, Nottingham Forest against Aston Villa, and then Luton versus Liverpool rounds up the weekend. But we have one more match, Monday Night Football at Tottenham when they take on Chelsea. Speaking of Tottenham, they are top of the table, leading the way 2 points clear of their North London rivals Arsenal and Manchester City, with Liverpool in the top 4. Aston Villa also just behind them, and then a little bit of a gap on Newcastle, who are on 17 points. Manchester United in 8th place there. Brentford into the top 10 after their win over Chelsea, who are still in the bottom half of the table with 12 points after 10 matches. Luton, Burnley and Sheffield United are in the drop zone currently, with Bournemouth also too close for comfort. Great to have you joining us on Team Talks tonight. Great to have Sarah Williams and Sam Lee as well on the show. Quick thoughts on your first time with me, Jules, on the couch. Looking forward to it?
Oh, absolutely. It's already been fun. It's going to be a lot of fun.
At least we don't have to think of another name. Jules is easy, and just taking the place of another Jules is quite easy for us to remember, right?
Thank you so much for the welcome. You come back next week.
I mean, I'm just saying it's easy to remember. I won't forget your name, that's for sure.
Yes, Farah and I already got on very well. We are already best of friends. Looking forward to the next hour in your guys' company. And in your company as well, here's what you can look forward to on Team Talks tonight. We're going to hear from both managers as we talk about Tottenham's clash with Chelsea. We start with Ange Postecoglou.
Yeah, obviously a bit unusual because we've still got a few days before the game. But at this stage, sort of from last week, everyone sort of got through the game okay. Benny Davis, who came off at half-time, still got a bit of a sort of ankle problem that he hasn't trained with the team yet. So he's gone to touch and go. Destiny, he's still working his way through it. We haven't ruled him out yet. So obviously we've still got 3 or 4 days up our sleeve. So it's probably 50-50 at this stage as to whether he'll be available. And everyone else is okay apart from sort of the long-term ones.
After watching your side win in quite a different way on Friday night, you said, let the fans dream of what might be ahead and titles. What about you? Have you kind of allowed yourself to look that way? Are you believing that this group of players can go the distance?
Yeah, no, I'm not so much a dreamer. I'm very much in the reality of day to day, and what's important to us is, as I said, I thought we coped well with the challenge we had on the other night. But, we know that there's another challenge for us Monday night. So looking beyond that doesn't really serve any purpose. Like I said, supporters, by all means, this is their football club, and, they've got to enjoy their football club if things are going well, and it provides them with some hopes and dreams and aspirations. But my task is more sort of the mundane day to day.
You said don't look too far ahead, but looking too far ahead, sorry. But, Chelsea, Villa, City, Newcastle coming up. How big is this? How defining could the next few weeks be? Your side have come a long way very quickly, and you said there might be bumps, but also you said you're going to enjoy those bumps.
Yeah, it's just part of the challenge. And again, you can sort of list those games and you can sort of think about them collectively, or you can just concentrate on, the biggest challenge for us, which is Chelsea on Monday night. So all those kind of things take care of themselves if you deal with the kind of, like I said, the day-to-day process. And really important for us, game, with a real strong mindset of trying to overcome whatever challenge we have, and there would be no one who's thinking beyond Monday night, because that's kind of our most important task right now.
Alex.
Hi, Ange. You've had over a week to prepare for Monday's game. How have you managed that time, and have you given the players some days off? Yeah,
we had a couple of days off, sort of straight after the game, and because obviously we had the short turnaround Monday to Friday, so we had a short turnaround between the games, so it made sense to give the lads a couple of days off. And they realise when you have a couple of days off, you work doubly hard when you're in. So they've had 3 fairly intensive days. So it's been a good week. Opportunity for us to work on a few things, physically, tactically, and I've had a solid block of training, which is good for us. We want to sort of try and compensate for the fact that we don't have a game obviously midweek because we're not in Europe, and obviously Carabao Cup, and it's really important that we try and keep our players as fit as possible, not just the starters, because obviously without games midweek, a lot of guys aren't playing a lot, and we're going to need them. So we use that time to try and work as hard as we can in training to compensate for it.
Did you go to team meal? Look fun, the team meal?
The reason it was fun was I wasn't there.
Arsenal, City and Liverpool could go above Spurs before they play on Monday. I know you've said that you're not looking too far ahead, but how much of a focus is there on the league table right now? Are you looking at it and think, I want to stay up there?
No, like I said, you don't use it as, it's the obvious barometer for how you're going, for sure. And we're in a good position. We obviously want to stay there, but it's not, it's not the driver of, like I said, where we are at the moment as a team, because for us, while we're building, kind of a way of playing, a way of training, a lot of new players being incorporated into where we are as a football club at the moment. Our mindset just needs to be on, like I said, tackling each challenge and really focusing on ourselves right now. Whatever the sort of table shows, it'll show, but the only influence we can have on it is by making sure that every game we tackle it.
Just finally, nobody likes being reunited with their ex, especially when they're with someone that they never liked. But how hopeful are you that the Spurs fan base will take the moral higher ground because they're so in love with you now and not show any hostility or animosity towards Mauricio on Monday?
Jeez, that's a lot to take in, and thankfully those kind of days are well past me. I think your reference is to Mauricio, yeah. All right, so I'll try and get to that. Look, it's undoubted that he had an unbelievable impact on this football club. As all of us, I guess, in our roles, that's our ultimate goal and ambition, is that whatever kind of doors we go through, that we make an impact, and he's had an undeniable impact on this football club. His time here, I mean, he almost took the club to the ultimate summit of the Champions League, got close to the league. So his work is unquestioned. Everyone I speak to around here, there's still people who worked with him, can't speak highly enough of him as a person, as a manager. So I doubt there'd be anything but respect, for Mauricio from anyone at this football club, supporters or people associated with it. That doesn't mean he's going to get a guard of honour on Monday night because we want to win, and I don't think he would expect that. But his tenure here and his impact here is undeniable, and I think will stand the test of time. That whenever people think of Mauricio and his time here as a Spurs manager, we'll only look upon it with respect and fondness. I'm just getting over my ex, mate, and thinking about the future. Yeah.
Just kind of following on from that, do you, in a way, see your style of play to be in any way similar to Mauricio's in terms of being attacking, good to watch, entertaining football?
Well, it depends how you define it, mate. I think I've said before, I don't think, we're all sort of, unique in our own way. I don't think, you can just sort of say that, there's very two styles of football mimic one another. Mauricio has his way of his team's playing. I have my ways. We both, I guess, from that point of view, wanted our teams to be sort of progressive and attacking in their approach. But it's I think there's a lot more nuance than just saying because two managers or two football clubs are kind of showing some of the characteristics that means they're alike.
One of the most impressive things from outside of Spurs so far, the signing has been great, but also the players that were here last year who looked like they were underachieving, looked like they weren't enjoying it, looked really down. You've rejuvenated them. How have you done that?
Look, it hasn't been sort of anything specific or predetermined. We've just changed the environment and changed sort of the way we train and the way we do things. And then it's up to the players themselves. It's as much their decision as mine as to whether they embrace that and take it on board. I don't think there'd be any player who wouldn't take responsibility for what happened last year. It wouldn't just fall at the manager's steps, and sort of manager's feet. It's when you have a tough period, everyone, what I found anyway is, the real sort of strong people understand that they're just as culpable as anyone else. And the only way to change that is by, changing, and embracing whatever the new direction is. And, whether there have been existing players and new players, everyone's, or staff, they've been prepared to do that, which means to me that they've, accepted responsibility for what happened last year. And now, understand that if we're going to have success, if we're going to be the team we want to be, they've got to take their own share of that responsibility by, buying into it.
Finally, Heung-min Son seems to be thriving under the captaincy. Two parts. One, was he an obvious captain for you when he came in and Harry was leaving? Did you think, right, he's definitely it? And secondly, do you think that's what's got him back to where he was kind of 2 years ago, that added responsibility and leadership?
Was it the obvious one? For me, it seemed to be the right choice. Some of these things are just about timing and, where a group's at and where the individuals are at. And I've said before, I've got a lot of history from him, and, I've always really liked the way he's carried himself for his club, for his national team, the way people speak about him. And working with him here, I had no doubt he had all the qualities to be an outstanding leader, whether that was as captain or as part of the leadership group. But, I think, particularly with Harry leaving, there was a massive void there, and both on and off the field in terms of presence. And I just thought Sonny was, was a really,
Reece James play the full 90 on Monday?
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see, first of all, if he's available. And then, if my decision is to play with him or not.
He came through the 60 in midweek okay?
Sorry?
He came through the game in the midweek okay?
Yes, I think it was good for him to start the game and to feel again after a few months. And for the team, because he's our captain, it's a very important player. And see, now we need to assess him if he's ready or not to start or not Monday.
I'm not sure what else to talk to you about today. Oh yeah, Spurs. Going back to Tottenham, how special is that?
Yeah, really special, because I think come back after 4 years, in a place that we have amazing memories and we create amazing memories together, and I think it's special. I cannot lie. I'm not going to lie.
Because you never had the chance to say a proper goodbye, did you?
Yeah, that is true, because in the moment that we leave the club, I think was a difficult situation, difficult moment, but now it's the opportunity to come back and for sure to see too many people that still working there, and a good chance for us, and it's an exciting moment. It's going to be an exciting moment.
You've been going back there with everything that you achieved, taking them to the level that you took them. If you'd have been going back there as PSG manager or Manchester United manager, it would have been a 100% a massive warm welcome, wouldn't it? Do you think it will be the case because you're a rival, because you're now at Chelsea?
No, I'm not going to say nothing at the moment, because until Monday we cannot guess, what is going to happen there. The most important is people know. We cannot forget all that we live together. Amazing memories there, and then I'm going to respect the people, how they're going to express. But it's not going to change my emotion, my view, my feelings about a club that I think we spent unbelievable journey.
You were the fans' favourite to return in the summer, to go there for a second spell as manager. Was that ever on the cards?
No, and I think when after we finish our relationship with Paris Saint-Germain, I think we wanted to be 1 year outside of the football, away, and then arrived the offer and the contact with Chelsea, and we decided to move here.
And what would you say to Daniel Levy?
Sorry?
What would you say to Daniel Levy?
No, for me, I think one of the most important persons for me, because he gave me the possibility, and to my coaching staff, the possibility to be in Tottenham, and after to build a journey, an amazing journey. It's not only professional relationship; it was also a friendly relationship. Too many memories together that spent nearly 6 years together. I think it was an amazing journey, but only to say thank you, because the opportunity to be there working and experience great things, like to build a new stadium. We were before talking a little bit about in one season we were playing in the old White Hart Lane with the corner. Remember that was out. We building the new stadium, playing in Wembley, and playing on Milton Keynes. In three stadiums in the same year. I think that was amazing to be part. Very small part of an amazing project. And only I can say thank you to Daniel.
Becky, PLP.
Hi, Ricky.
Hi.
What would it mean to you? What would it mean to you to go back to Spurs and get a win with Chelsea?
Look, always if you remember me, I say, oh, okay, clubs that maybe I will never manage was Arsenal, because I consider that it was the worst enemy with Tottenham, and then Barcelona because Espanyol, and Rosario Central because Newell's Old Boys. And I think, yes, now it's strange to come back because, always is the feeling after 4 years, and it's going to be, for me, it's going to be a happy day. But that is life. That is life, and we need to move on. And we are professional about football, but at the same time we are human, and we are person that we feel. And normally, now I was talking with Adrian. We were talking about in the 4 months that we are working together. Start to create some links, and maybe we spend 5-6 years together. If after I move, or we will be sad, why we are going to forget our relationship? We were so, sometimes we live up and down, good and bad, and not so good, but we cannot forget. That is how we build our history.
Do you think Spurs are genuine title contenders?